inventory, shipping it, collecting the invoice on the other end, tying all of that together with a common system. It's called an enterprise resource planning system. That's what my company did. And it is a painful process for a company to implement it. And the pain is pretty severe, and the cost is often pretty severe, because it takes some cultural change within the company. And I always tell the executives that I would deal with, I said, look, it's kind of like going to the outhouse behind the woodshed with your dad when I was a youngster. The only question you're asking yourself is, how long is this pain going to last? It's going to hurt. And it's going to hurt just as bad if it lasts 5 minutes than if I scream and holler and make it 15 minutes. It's still going to hurt. So my question to you, sir, is how long do you want this pain to last? We can fix this problem now by making some sound business decisions and putting the American people back in charge. Or we can continue this higher taxes, big government, more government intrusion. The pain will get a little bit more severe. We'll be behind the woodshed for a lot longer, but we'll come out. Because I believe that the American people won't stand for it. Yes, sir.
Why is it that we're attempting to credit the American serviceman from voting? You know, the guys in Afghanistan, you see it all over the internet and newspapers, where Obama's attempting to make it so up that these guys can't vote.
Let's make it clear let me explain to you what the state of Ohio did and what the actual lawsuit is about, so that we make sure we understand it. The state of Ohio, you know, normally closes their boards of elections on the Friday before Tuesday. They're not open on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. What the state of Ohio did, the Secretary of State said, we're going to leave the boards of elections open with a skeleton crew on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so that active duty service members, those that are currently on active duty, and their family members, and I believe it's also, I heard somewhere, and don't quote me on this, I'm not sure, but I think it's also civilians that are serving at the DOD or part of the war effort, could vote during that period. The administration has filed suit against the state of Ohio. They did not say that those active duty service members should not get that 3-day period. They said that everybody, it should be open to everybody.
But there has been an attempt, it seems more or less, to prohibit those guys from accessing the polls, you know, in Afghanistan or Iraq or wherever, you know.
Well, it is clearly not a popular position among the military that the administration has taken. It is generally viewed by many as the administration's attempt to limit the flexibility of the active duty military folks to cast their votes. And I will tell you, you know, I think voting is, and the defense of our country is one thing that should transcend the partisan divide. This should not be a political issue. Why the administration chose to sue the state of Ohio when there are other states that have very similar laws in place, I think you can answer that question for yourself. Why Ohio is the target here, because of Ohio's position in this year's election process.
I pretty well answered that myself. I was just curious if they were going to be successful or not.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doesn't look too good or too bad.
Don't know. Don't know.
Right.
Don't know where the suit's going to go.
It's something that doesn't even seem likely, you know, with all due respect to the serviceman, because he's there willing to give up his life, you know, for our country, and yet we may prohibit him from voting on what transpires in the United
Well, I can tell you that as a veteran myself, and having served for 26 and a half years on active duty, I can tell you how problematic it is to make sure that you can either get an absentee ballot or that you're at a location where you can get to we used to have to go to in the Air Force, it was called the legal office. It's where the judge advocate group sat and fill out the paperwork there to try and vote back in our home state. And I'll be honest, I never had a whole lot of confidence that my ballot ever made it, back anywhere. I don't know, but so it's a difficult thing. I'm being told, based on time, I got time for one more. And sir, you're ready.
Well, I just have a question. I look around the room, we've got some successful business people here that have tax brackets.
That have what, I'm sorry?
That have their own tax brackets.
Right.
With defer income for next year.
Sure.
How likely is it you'll run off the fiscal cliff for your?
I can't answer that. I can tell you that we're at risk of that. I can tell you that because of the Senate's unwillingness to come to the table and talk about these issues, even talk about them, that is a high risk issue. But we're not going to give up on trying to bring them to the table. The Speaker has made it very clear. We have made it very clear. We will go back into session if the Senate will simply come to the table with a solution that we can start talking about. We will help them work through this and make sure that we do what's right for the American people. Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to be with y'all today. I hope I've answered your questions. I hope everybody got a chance to get theirs in. I hope this was beneficial and productive for you. If there's another way you'd like to go about it, I'm certainly willing to do that too. Okay.
Congressman, one request. Congressman, you've got a great aide that folks here can talk to. Could you introduce him to everybody if you would?
See, you're as bad as the people that tell me I always forget to introduce my wife. And I get in big trouble when I do that too. But he's right. Thank you for reminding me. I got some of my staff here today from my Washington office here. Patrick Orth is our legislative director. Patrick came to us from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. He's a young man that is wise beyond his years. He has, I said wise between his ears, didn't I? Almost. There's not much that he doesn't know something about, and those things that he doesn't know, he knows who to go find out from. And it really, really is a big help to have someone that's as connected as he is that helps us navigate these very, very difficult policy issues. And so we're proud to have him on our team. Ben Keeler, who most of you some of the media have seen. He is our district press secretary. We've got Alex Sharfetter from Ironton, runs our Ironton office. And I think the other staff member is off taking care of business somewhere. But that's who we have here with us today. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have an issue or a problem that we can help you with. If it's a federal agency, whether it's the IRS or Social Security or the VA or a health care issue, Medicare issue, we'll be glad to try and engage where we can to help out. Okay? Thanks a lot.
Okay, yes, sir.
Appreciate your work.
Thank you so much for being here today.
I don't know the corner market on good ideas, so you got any good news, let us know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Hey, Charlene, how are you?
Good to see you, Mark Broden.
Mark,
Saw you in D.C. Yeah, I got my hair all cut off. Yeah, I saw you in D.C. back in March. National Social.
How you doing, kid? I got my
This is National Hostel Week, and I know you toured our building last year during this time. And it's finished out there. I think you're going to Rap Ranch, so you're going to drive right past it. But I wanted to give you this packet that has information about community health centers. Let me see if I have a picture of it on my phone here. But if you're in the area, I'd love to have you come and take a tour of the building.
we would love to come back.
I know your schedule's probably pretty full today, but we just signed another physician. She starts with us in September. So
Today will be your lucky day.
right picture. This is when I was in D.C. to see you, by the way. Very pretty picture.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful picture.
Cherry
Blossoms are blooming.
Yeah, there's our building. It
Oh,
sits
that
right
is
there at the
nice.
intersection of 33 and 7. That's the rear of it. So we have one family practice physician on staff and a nurse
Oh, this is
practitioner. Yeah, you can
nice.
keep
Thank
that.
you.
Have another physician starting. We have 2 part-time dentists on staff. We're looking for a full-time dentist. So,
Great. All right.
yeah, we've been here since 2007. We have sites in 5 other counties. And I know,
How many employees you got over there?
we have 140 employees total. Here locally we have about 15
Okay.
total. So docs, dentists, nurse practitioners, nurses, certified medical assistants, and front office staff are kind of the complement of folks that we have here. So, and then I know you know D.R. Gossett, who is a colleague of mine down in Ironton. So if you get down his way, I heard he got a new access point grant
Sure.
for a new health center that's building down there. So health centers are a good program.
They are.
So I appreciate
Excellent.
it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out
Talk to
today.
you later.